You ever wonder if there's a red alert when it comes to drinking? I'm talking about that moment when you realize, whoa, this is no longer fun. This is a problem. Today, I want to dive into a story that might hit close to home for some of you, or maybe it'll help you recognize this moment in someone you love. It's the moment where you should really consider stopping alcohol before it starts taking more than it gives. And trust me, the signs are there if you know what to look for. Let's rewind a bit. For a lot of people, drinking starts out innocently enough. Remember those first few parties or those casual drinks as a teenager? For many, this is the stage where it's all about fun and zero consequences. You go out, you have a few drinks, you make some memories, and you wake up the next day just fine. No health issues, no regrets, no harm done. But here's the thing, this stage doesn't last forever. Now, some people can actually stay in this stage for a long time. They drink casually, have a good time, and never face any major problems. But if you're anything like me, there came a moment where I started to notice something was off. That carefree attitude I had when I first started drinking began to fade, and suddenly, things weren't so rosy. This is the part where you start noticing the cracks. It's subtle at first. You start thinking, yeah, I had a good time last night, but was it really worth this brutal hangover? Or maybe you notice that you're not quite as sharp at work, or you're struggling to wake up early, and you're wondering why. It's like alcohol starts leaving a little negative mark here, a little tiredness there, maybe even some self-doubt sprinkled in. But at this point, we usually don't question it. I mean, the nights out are still fun, right? So what do? We hold onto the good memories, those moments when alcohol made us feel invincible. We cling to the idea that drinking is still enhancing our lives, even when it's starting to chip away at us. It's the illusion of good times that keeps us going back for more, even as the negatives pile up. It's like, hey, it's not like my career is in danger, or my health is seriously impacted yet. But then, things start to shift again. The negatives that were once manageable suddenly start stacking up, and this is where the alarm bells really start ringing. Maybe your partner starts to notice. Maybe a friend says something. Or maybe you just have that moment of clarity where you look in the mirror and realize you don't like what you see. For some people, this stage hits in their 20s. For others, it doesn't show up until their 60s or 70s. But it hits. And it hits hard. At this stage, you might start to see real consequences. You could be facing issues with your relationships, or maybe your health has taken a turn. I remember a time when I was so out of it that I literally threw up on my laptop. That was a wake-up call. If you've ever found yourself at this point, where things are falling apart around you, you know it's time for a change. And if you're watching this and you're there now, I'm here to tell you, listen to that red alert. So, you're at that crossroads. You've recognized that alcohol is doing more harm than good, but now what? This is the make or break moment where you start searching for answers. Maybe you pick up a book, talk to a friend, or even consult a therapist. You're trying to figure out how to make a change, how to reclaim your life. But the thing that holds a lot of people back is this idea that they can't give it up, that alcohol is somehow still bringing them something positive. And that's where a lot of people get stuck. They're holding on to the good memories, thinking they can go back, even though the negative effects are staring them in the face. For me, the turning point came when I started to challenge my beliefs about alcohol. I mean, is there really a benefit to drinking poison? That's when I started using what's called first principles thinking, where you break down a belief and analyze it from the ground up. I asked myself, what does alcohol really do for me? And when I looked at it logically, I realized there was nothing good about it. That shift in perspective made it so much easier to let go. The desire to drink just disappeared because I could finally see it for what it was, a trap I didn't need to be caught in. And here's where the real journey begins. Not everyone's solution looks the same. Some people find their answer in spirituality, others in therapy, or even through their own inner strength. The key is to be open-minded, to try different things, and to keep moving forward. And if you're watching this thinking, well, I've tried everything and nothing works, I get it. I've been there. But don't give up. The path to a better life without alcohol exists, and it's worth every step. I've seen people turn their lives around by finding what works for them. Maybe it's joining a support group, maybe it's focusing on health and fitness, or maybe it's rediscovering hobbies you lost along the way. For me, it was a combination of things, a little bit of self-reflection, a lot of honesty, and the willingness to build a new mindset around alcohol. And if I could do it, I know you can too. So, here's the takeaway. If you're experiencing your own red alert, don't ignore it. Don't just sit there feeling sorry for yourself. Get proactive. Take that first step, whatever it may look like for you. Challenge your beliefs about alcohol. Reach out for help if you need it, and remind yourself that you're not alone in this. Hundreds of thousands of people have been where you are and have found a way to break free. You can be one of them. At the end of the day, it's about reclaiming control over your life. Alcohol doesn't have to define you or dictate your future. You have the power to make a change, to find what works for you, and to live a life that's truly yours, without the hangovers, without the regret, and with so much more clarity and joy. So, take a deep breath, listen to that inner voice, and start building the life you deserve. And trust me, you'll thank yourself for it later. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share your own experiences in the comments. Let's support each other on this journey to better health, happiness, and freedom.
Until next time.